This simple model will help you to understand about this topic very easily. We are going to take two charges. One is positive charge and another one is negative charge. Both are separated by the distance 2a. This is a model for the electric dipole. The electric dipole has the center O, where we have the perpendicular plane, that is known as equatorial plane. In the equatorial plane, we have the point C, where we are going to find the electric field due to the two charges. Note it down, C is located at the distance r from the midpoint O. Hi everyone, today we are going to discuss about electric field due to an electric dipole at a point on the equatorial plane. Let us consider an electric dipole which is made up of two equal and opposite charges, minus q and plus q. The negative charge is placed in the point A and positive charge is placed in the point B. The dipole has the midpoint, that is O. The distance between A and B, that is the distance between negative charge and positive charge, is 2a. So both the charges are maintained with the same distance from the midpoint, that is A. Let us take another one point C, which is placed at the distance r from the midpoint. It is placed in the equatorial plane. Point C is placed with the same distance from the negative charge and from the positive charge. Both the charges are going to produce the electric field on the point C. The two electric fields are same in magnitude because they are produced by the equal charges, but they are different in direction because they are produced by the opposite charges. Now we are going to find the electric field which is given by the negative charge on the point C and electric field which is given by the positive charge on point C separately, and we have to add, to find the total electric field at point C, we have to add the two electric fields. We know the expression for the electric field due to a point charge at the particular point. E vector, that is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r square into r cap. Since it is a vector quantity, we have to use the unit vector. From this expression, we can understand to find the electric field, we need the two values. One is charge and another one distance between the charge and the particular point where we are going to find the electric field. Now we have to find the distance between the charge and the point C. Then only we can find the electric field. To find the distance between the charges and the point C, we have taken the triangle OBC. So distance between point O and point B is A, and distance between point O and C is R. We have to find the distance between B and C. That means the distance between positive charge and point C. Then only you can find the expression for the electric field due to the positive charge. To find the value of BC, we have to use the Pythagoras theorem. So the statement of the Pythagoras theorem is hypotenuse square, that is equal to opposite side square plus adjacent side square. What is the hypotenuse here? So BC square is equal to, here theta, so what is opposite side? OC. OC square, that's nothing but r square, directly you can apply r square, plus adjacent side is nothing but a square. BC square, that is equal to r square plus a square. What is BC? BC, that is equal to r square plus a square power 1 by 2, or root of r square plus a square, which we have already mentioned in a diagram. As I have told already, point C is placed at the same distance from the negative charge as well as positive charge. Here we get the expression for the distance between the positive charge and point C, that is BC, that is equal to root of r square plus a square. Then distance between the negative charge and the point C, that is AC, is also equal to root of r square plus a square. They both are same. Since we have found the distance between the point charges and the point C, we can easily obtain the expression for the electric field which is produced by the charges on the point C. First we are going to find the electric field due to positive charge on the point C. E plus, we are going to find the magnitude only, that is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, that is a constant value, Q, charge Q. What is the distance between the positive charge and the point C? Root of r square plus a square. For that root, you have to take a square. The root will be cancelled. So r square plus a square. No need to mention the unit vector because I have found only magnitude. Likewise, the electric field due to negative charge will be magnitude of the electric field given by the negative charge, that is equal to same thing 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by what's the distance between the negative charge and point C, that is also same thing root of r square plus a square. For that you have to take a square, so r square plus a square. By comparing these two expressions, we can conclude electric field which is given by the positive charge will be equal to negative charge in magnitude. So magnitude of the electric field given by the positive charge is equal to magnitude of electric field which is given by the negative charge. We know that electric field is a vector quantity. Vector quantities have two things. One is magnitude and another one is direction. We have found the magnitude of the two electric fields already. Now we are going to find the direction of the two electric fields. To find the direction of the electric fields, we are going to place the test charge in the point C. Let us assume that test charge is a positive charge. There will be a repulsion between the like charges. So there will be a repulsion between the positive charges. So the electric field which is provided by the positive charge on the test charge will act along the BC. So it should be a repulsive. So it's act along the BC. We know that already there will be a force of attraction between the unlike charges. So the electric field which is provided by the negative charge on the test charge will act along the CA. It will attract. So the electric field also in a same direction, it act along the CA. The electric field which is given by the positive charge on the test charge, that means at the point C, it act along the BC. The electric field which is provided by the negative charge on the test charge, that means at the point C, it will act along the CA. Now you can understand both the electric fields are same in magnitude and direction wise they are different. Now you have to find the resultant electric field at the point C. For that we have to use the resolution of vector, which one we have learned already in a 11th standard. It's nothing but dividing the vector into its components. Now we are going to find the resultant electric field at the point C, because there are two electric fields at the point C with the different directions. We are going to use the resolution of vector. First we are going to take this vector, that means electric field which is provided by the positive charge. I can divide that vector into two components, perpendicular component, that is E plus sin theta, and parallel component E plus cos theta. So for another one vector, we can divide the vectors like this: E minus cos theta, that is a parallel component, and for that we can get the perpendicular component in this direction, so E minus sin theta. From the diagram you can easily understand the perpendicular component are in a opposite direction, they both can be cancelled. But what about the parallel component? They both are in a same direction, they can be added. So here resultant electric field is act along this direction, so E total electric field at the point C is equal to addition of the two components, E plus cos theta plus E minus cos theta. We have to include the vector symbol also. Here I have written the total electric field at the point C. It is nothing but addition of the two parallel components. At the right side I have written only the magnitude. We have to include the direction, because electric field is a vector quantity, it has the direction also. You have to find the direction of the component. So let us take the point C as the origin. Here we have the x-axis x dash, y dash. Along the x-axis there is no component. Along the y-axis we have the E plus sin theta, and along the y dash E minus sin theta. As we have discussed already, they both can be cancel each other. So no more component in a y and y dash. Only the parallel components are acting along the y dash. X dash. Along the x dash only the two parallel components are acting. So they have the negative sign. Both the components will have the negative sign. We have to include the unit vector also, because here we have written only magnitude. Here you can introduce the unit vector, that is minus. We have written the minus, is acting along the x dash. So p cap. Here also minus p cap. Here why we are including p cap? P we know that is nothing but a dipole moment. Why we are writing p cap? At the end of the discussion we will know about that. Yes, we have found the value of the magnitude of the electric field which is provided by the positive charge as well as the electric field which is given by the negative charge, both are same. We know that already. What is the value? 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r square plus a square. You can substitute that value here. So what is the value? Total electric field, that is equal to minus, what is the modulus of E plus electric field which is provided by the positive charge? 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r square plus a square cos theta p cap minus, what is the value of modulus of E minus, that is also same thing. So 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r square plus a square into cos theta p cap. Fortunately both are same. So here cos theta p cap is included, and here both are same only. You can add the two. So total electric field is equal to minus 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught 2 q by r square plus a square cos theta p cap. Now you are going to apply the value of cos theta. To find the value of the cos theta, we can take any one of the triangle, either AOC or BOC. I am going to take triangle AOC, right angle triangle AOC want to be taken. Here angle is made AOC. What is the distance between A and O? That is A. Refer the diagram. That is A. What is the distance between A and C? That is hypotenuse value root of r square plus a square. You know the value r. Distance between the midpoint O and that point C is r. What is the cos theta formula? Here we are going to apply the cos theta. So what is the formula for cos theta? Cos theta is equal to adjacent side by hypotenuse. So cos theta that is equal to, what is adjacent side? A by, what is the hypotenuse value? Root of r square plus a square. Instead of that I am going to write like this also. I can write r square plus a square power 1 by 2. Instead of root I have written power 1 by 2. Now we have found the value of cos theta. I know that can be substituted, cos theta value can be substituted in this expression. So total electric field, that is equal to minus 1 by 4 by epsilon naught as it is 2q by r square plus a square, that is also as it is you can write. But what is the value of cos theta? A by r square plus a square power 1 by 2 into p cap. So we have substituted the value of cos theta in the expression total electric field. Here we can get the expression for the electric dipole moment, because here 2qa is nothing but a product of the charge and distance between the two charges. So we know that dipole moment P, that is equal to product of charge and the distance between the charges. So instead of this 2qa we can write P, dipole moment. Here r square plus a square into r square plus a square power 1 by 2. So the power values want to be added. 1, here power is 1, 1 plus 1 by 2, that is nothing but a 3 by 2. So this expression can be written as total electric field, that is equal to minus 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Instead of 2qa, we can write P divided by r square plus a square power 3 by 2 into p cap. In this expression, the magnitude of dipole moment can be multiplied with this unit vector, and you can get the vector form of the dipole moment. We know that already magnitude is multiplied with the unit vector, can provide you the vector form. So here P into p cap will be equal to vector form of the dipole moment. So it can be written as total electric field, that is equal to minus 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught P into p cap, that is nothing but a p vector divided by r square plus a square power 3 by 2. At the very large distance, that means r is very much greater than the a. So r is greater than a, then a square can be neglected in this expression. So total electric field is equal to minus 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught P vector divided by a can be neglected, so r square power 3 by 2. Here the 2 can be cancelled. Then what will be the new value? R cube. So it is only the expression for the electric field due to an electric dipole at a point which is in a equatorial plane.